Okay, so welcome back. This evening we're just going to have a little bit of a catch up with what's going on in the workshop. Got a few little jobs I want to do before Christmas. But the first thing is, the owner of the Franklin, if you remember we fitted a starter to it last time, he came over and we managed to get it started. Okay, so I was really pleased with the way that looked, and that's gone away now. And so I've got a couple of things I need to do. So I've got the Model T in the workshop. So the Model T I've had it, I don't know, 15 years or so. But it's become a family tradition that on Christmas Day we always go to church in it. And but ever since I've been racing, it's sort of like taken a back seat. And I think the last time it went out was this time last Christmas. And so I think what's happened is the fuel that's in it has gone a bit stale, and it's something you may have noticed that this modern fuel doesn't last as long as the old stuff used to. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drain the tank. There's not much in it. Drain the tank and fill it up with fresh, and then what I want to do, see if we can get it started, and then we'll just change oil. So let's get on. So the fuel tank is here under the seat, and just move the seat and get a torch out and have a little look. There's not much in the bottom there, so what we'll do is we'll get underneath and see if we can drain the tank. Looks like that's going to take a little while, doesn't it? That's it's not running out very fast. What we'll do is we'll leave that to run out, and hopefully it won't run all over the floor, but the petrol doesn't smell very nice. Okay, so while the petrol's running out of there, I just thought we'll have a little look round and see what else is going on in the workshop. It's quite busy at the moment because I've got lots of projects on. So the one we've been working on this week is some Cadillac engines. So what we've got is we've got two 1903 Cadillacs engines here. Well, actually there's three, and so we've had a new crankshaft made, and then we've had the new white metal bearings. So that's the one on my friend's car, and this is the one on my car, and it's taken quite a long time to get to this stage, but we've actually now got all the bits. We've had some parts made on the gearbox, and it's all coming together now. So we're sort of like really trying to get busy on the Cadillacs, see if we can get those finished. Friend Howard, he's stripped his chassis all the way down to bare metal, and has repainted it, and is really going to town refurbishing everything. So this is my car. It's well, it's not actually my car. I'm custodian of it for a little while, and we've decided with the owner that we're going to actually keep it in original condition. It was restored sometime, but it's 1903, and the pallet's an optional extra. Yeah, that's what we're hoping to get those up and running for some rally in this next year. We've also got the Napier in the workshop. I'm I've got to do some work on the water pump because it keeps on leaking. But what I'm hoping to do is get that done in the next few days, because I quite like to use this car over Christmas, and it's just nice to go out. If it's a nice day, it's just nice to go out in the winter and maybe go for a ride on Boxing Day. But that actually won't take long to do. Brabham's sitting at the back of the workshop. All I've done at the moment is sprayed it in WD-40 and got to clean that off. It's taking a back seat at the moment, but I have booked a track day in March, so I expect we'll soon have to get to grips with that. There's not actually much to do really, it's just to check it all over. I just want to drop the sump on the engine just to and take a look at a few of the bearing shells just to make sure they're okay, and I'll probably take the head off and just grind the valves in, make sure they're okay. But essentially it was going really well at Dijon, so I think this year I'm just going to have a quick look, make sure everything's okay, and so there's not much to do with that. MGB engine and gearbox are still there waiting for me to have a look at. That's a sort of like a priority in the new year, is to get the big gearbox rebuilt and get that back in the car, so that not that I'm planning to do much racing next year with the MG, but it'd be nice to have it in a working order. So what we'll do is we'll pump some of the good stuff in and just hopefully this is fresh petrol. This is super unleaded. I'd like to use super unleaded in these old cars, not so much that it needs the octane levels, it's just that there's only 5% ethanol in it, and whereas the standard unleaded petrol has got 10%, and unfortunately the ethanol tends to eat all the brass bits in these cars, so okay, so let's get it started. Now, this car hasn't got an electric starter. This is 1917. Electric starters weren't an option until 1918. In theory, I could actually convert it to electric start. I haven't done that yet, because well, it's quite fun trying to hand start it. But because the gearbox shares the same oil with the engine, when it's cold like this, when you first start them, it tries to drive the car forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to jack the rear wheel up. It looks quite hairy when it first gets started, but it can't go anywhere. We chop the wheels, and I'll actually stand here and I can just apply the brake as well. So we'll jack the rear wheel up, we'll prime the cylinders with a fresh fuel, and switch the spark on and see if it will start. With any luck, it might even start on the spark. There's the rear wheels. In the summer, I could normally start this on spark, but we'll see how it goes. So, switch the ignition on, open the throttle a little bit, and then just bring the spark. Ho, 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 ho. That nearly started. We'll give it a pull and see if it'll go. Ho, ho, ho. Nearly. Try that again. We'll have the choke open, we'll prime the cylinders. Let's open the throttle a little bit more this time. Nearly. Okay, so this is the oil we're going to use. It's a Morris Golden Film. It's an SAE 40, so it's a straight oil. It's low detergent and ideal for the older cars. So what you can do is you can put the oil in the filler in the engine. What I like to do is to put it in where the gearbox goes. Just because you can then just check to make sure that the gears are all okay. Just need to get a screwdriver. So basically the oiling on this car is very simple. So the oil sits in the sump of the gearbox, and the flywheel, as it goes round, has got little cups on it, and it lifts the oil up to a receptor near the top of the engine. The oil then runs down a pipe a pipe to the front of the engine. It then drips, then runs along the sump of the engine, and you've got little dippers on each of the big ends, and that dips in the oil, and then so lubricating the engine. And So the oil runs all the way along the bottom of the sump and then back into the gearbox again. So there's no oil pump as such. It literally does just rely on the flywheel lifting the oil into a little funnel. So it's quite simple really. Also very clever. So what we do is we take the cover off of this bit here, which is like, they call it the hog's head, because if you have a look at the shape of it, it looks like a hog's head. And inside here is the epicyclic gearbox. And the forward and reverse gears, first gear and reverse gear, is controlled by bands. And that's the control of the bands. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me have a little look. So I don't know if you can see as I move these pedals, so that's actually the brake. So I'll have to, another day when we're driving the car, I'll explain it how it will works. But basically that's the brake, and there's a band in there, and that stops the whole gearbox. This one's reverse, so that's that front one there. That controls reverse, and this is the first gear. And then second gear is a straight through drive. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour the engine oil straight in there. There are actually like stop taps at the bottom which you open, and you keep putting oil in there until the oil starts coming out of the stop top, basically. But the reason I like to put the oil in here, this way, is because then what you can do is just check there's nothing untowards with the gearbox. So the oil was just starting to flow out there, so we've got the right amount of oil in there. And in actual fact, I don't need to adjust this at all. So we'll put the cover back on, stick it all in, see if we can get it started. And then basically that's all I need to do to the car in terms of maintenance before we use it at Christmas. That's it for tonight. We'll have to just give it a bit of a wash and a polish, and then it'll be all ready for Christmas Day. And then that's it. So I think this will probably be the last video this year. So thanks for everyone that supported the channel. Thanks for everyone that's come along to the racing and said hello. That's really nice. And yeah, I mean, this channel was just going to be a video diary of my racing year. It's become a little bit more than that, and making the videos has turned into a hobby itself. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed it all. I'd like to say to everyone, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all next year, and next year is going to be absolutely fantastic. Got lots planned with the racing, with the old cars, and hopefully I'll be able to show you all on this channel. So see you next time, and remember, how hard can it be?